Kia ora everyone. Another beautiful day. Absolutely stunning here with the dogs. Enjoying the luxurious sunny Nelson area. It's always so sunny here. It's incredible. It's got the most sun hours of New Zealand. But then when it gets bad weather, it's pretty horrible. But man, what a time. It's warming up. It's been freezing cold the past few days actually, but yeah, it's getting a lot warmer. Man, I look so crusty. I'm not long awake. One thing I wanted I haven't, oh gosh, the dog is just, oh no, you're filthy. She just got, wait, off me. Thank you. I am now covered in mud. Joy, wonders of dogs. Oh well. What was the saying? Yeah, I haven't made a video in quite a while. And that was just kind of one thing that I wanted to make a video to talk about. And, you know, I've still been pondering on many things, and there's many things that I want to talk about, and as always. But I've been... something that I think on constantly in regards to making these videos, but I've definitely been feeling it a lot more recently, and also been having, you know, kind of signs from the universe show up in my life to give various different messages and themes. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot on how with these videos, how I just want to be trying to put more effort into sharing information that can be used and in a sense of less opinion, which is very hard, especially for me, but very hard, especially when you're trying to share things. You know, I'm trying to share things that have personally worked for me on many different topics, and especially when they're quite, you know, heavy and important things that are often incredibly life-changing. You know, and they can be perceived as, oh, well, that's just your opinion, that's what's worked for you. And because that is the reality, is that everyone's bodies and minds and lives are different, because we've all lived completely different lives, and whether you believe in past lives or not, there's that aspect to it as well, that we've all lived completely different past lives that we have no idea about. But anyway, yeah, so, you know, what might work for me might not work for you. But what I want to be doing is, yeah, presenting things in more of a way that is just a little less biased, and, yeah, it doesn't feel like me pushing my things as much. More so presenting what has worked for me, or, you know, things that I've done countless hours of research and study on, and, you know, then leaving it up to you to if you're open to it, to taking it upon yourself to, you know, if it speaks to you, or if it's in regards to some she's so cute, in regards to something that you want to change in your life, then you can take it upon yourself to take it further. Or even if you really want, you know, more information, or, you know, felt what I had to say spoke to you about it, hit me up, ask me more about it, please. I'm very open to sharing. It is actually something that I'm super passionate about. And that then leads me to the next subject, which was the next videos that I want to do are going to be quite heftier ones, in the sense of I want to do a series of videos of basically how I've managed to cure is not really the right word, because it's a constant lifelong thing that I'm going to have to deal with my entire life, but how I managed to get all my various different ailments and illnesses under control. And these are severe life-limiting things that I was severely disabled and limited in life previously, and that I managed to surpass and overcome and be, in general, in incredible health. But even then, it's not a linear thing. I have slip-ups and slip up on my health routines sometimes and go back down, and my asthma will flare up and my ankles will flare up. And anyway, yeah, so that's something that I want to make a series of videos on, is my asthma And, I took an inhaler from 5 years old until 21. Eventually, I was on 2 different inhalers, which then actually one of them started giving me oral thrush all the time, and which then spread to my joints and stuff and other mucous membranes as it does. And anyway, yeah, just one night after doing countless hours over a while of research on breath exercises and things like the Wim Hof method and anti-inflammatory diets and pranayama, which is the Indian yoga branch of breath exercises, I just threw my inhalers away one night, and it was a few months of very rough journey, not going to lie. My dear lovely friend Vanessa lived with me at the time, and she would hear me having to sit up and during the night and just have to hack my lungs out and go through my breath exercises, and so many restless nights where, previously in life I would have possibly maybe even gone to the hospital. Like that's how bad it is when your body has been reliant on steroid inhalers for your entire life, and then you make the move away from them to a more natural holistic lifestyle. You're gonna go through a rough time, because your body all of a sudden doesn't have these artificial supports, and it has to learn to do it on its own. And not only that, the normal diet and lifestyle is actually so inflammatory and so just bad for things like asthma, that I had to change my life up completely. Anyway, I'll go into more detail in a different video. And then I want to talk on my ankles. I was born with extremely bad flat feet, and normal foot is like that, kind of arched on the side a little, so like a little up. My one foot was inwards on like a 30-degree angle, and then the other was like 27 or something. And then I walked outwards as well, not quite club foot, but it was very bad, and limited me extremely in my whole life in regards to not being able to participate really in sports other than swimming, because it didn't have the pressure on my feet. And then when I was 11 and 12, I had reconstructive surgery. So for 6 months of both my intermediate years, I was on crutches and had to miss out on a whole bunch of crap. And even then, they were better, but still horrible, ruined. I couldn't really, push myself anywhere near as far as anyone else could go. And even just, I would walk for an hour or two and then be in horrible, agonizing pain. And then again, I realized my whole life had lived with this artificial support. I had orthotics, like orthotic inserts to support my arches of my feet and my shoes, my whole life from 5 years old. So rather than teaching me how to reposture my feet and how to actively, with the power of my mind, always 100 hours, not 100 hours, 24 hours of the day, reposture my feet, they just gave me artificial support to do it for me. And then it never actually taught my body how to do it myself. Much the same with the inhaler and the asthma. It's really interesting. This is the kind of medical practice these days, is don't teach the person how to do it themselves. Give them a medication or an artificial treatment to do it for them. That's not the only way. Like, asthma therapy is becoming a bigger thing in the West now, which is great, but it's a private practice still. It's not funded in the public system. In terms of ankles, I'm forever grateful that I had my surgeries, for sure. Gosh, if I was born in the wild and in ancient times, probably would have just been left out to die. They would have taught me how to live and work my life around it, obviously, and they would have had the more holistic understanding of it that I have now. But anyway, so there's my ankles, and a whole bunch of stuff that actually works into my asthma as well is the same treatment for my ankles, of keeping the inflammation down. Posture awareness is the main thing. Making sure I spend time barefoot to actually build up my ankle stability the most. And being barefoot actually has all kinds of health benefits. I'll go more into it in another video of my ankles. And then I suffered horribly from IBS for all of my teenage to young adult years. Anyone who knows me, especially my family, knows how horrible it used to be. I used to constantly take medication to stop me having diarrhea. This is a lot of information, but I'm open to it. I used to, have chronic diarrhea all the time, down to we're going 10 times a day, man. and it'd just be horrible, agonizing pain. Didn't matter what I ate. And then obviously eating certain foods would set it off more. And it was just horrible. And I, through my teenage years, had all kinds of blood tests and scans, and I had cameras down my throat and up my bum. And I had all the tests, and they couldn't find anything. They just in the end said, "You've got IBS, you're stuffed, go away, enjoy your life." Yeah. And that obviously is mainly diet. That is the main way to control that and help that. Oh, she's so cute. I don't want to kiss you though. You eat lots of stinky dead things. Yeah, so that's the main way to control that is diet. Also many different other things. The mind plays largely into it. Your oh my gosh, she's so cute. Your gastrointestinal system is the second largest nervous system in your body after your brain, and that's why they call it like trusting your gut. And so much of our gut imbalances actually come purely from the mind and stress and oh my god, and all these different things. Yeah, and then just all around mental health. Growing up with these different disorders, and even just growing up in general, everyone goes through a rough time, but I especially internalized a lot of hatred for myself and my body, and it started coming out in really self-damaging behavior as a teenager, and it was a long journey to let it go and forgive my body, and to actually see, this is the mindset that I want to share as well, because this is super empowering and super freeing, is if you can start seeing your ailments not as burdens or things that have gone wrong, but actually as these blessings that have been put in your life to teach you these hardships and lessons to make you stronger. And I also then see them, the fact that I have been given these ailments in my life to force me to lead a more natural, holistic lifestyle where I focus on my health. And I'm so grateful every day for that. I actually, when I, before I eat, I like to say grace, kind of. I don't really do it in any kind of like formal, structured way. And there's a few words that I specifically have kind of taken on as a mantra that I like to say. But anyway, when I'm giving thanks before I eat, I always give thanks for the hardships and the trials that I've gone through, because it has built me to be who I am today, to be able to have this information to share with you. And, people might think, people might not think much of it, mainly because they don't know what I've gone through. But anyone who knew me previously in life, especially someone who knew me as a kid, especially my family, would know how freaking far I've gone. I didn't used to be able to walk for more than an hour or two without being in agonizing pain. I went on an 8-day hike, walked like 70 kilometers up and down a freaking snowy mountain the other week, and that was phenomenal. I can't even say it was life-changing, because it wasn't really, but it was the culmination of life-changing events for me. It showed me all the work that I had done and how far that I had come and how I'd completely freed myself from my ankles. Yes, I'm still in pain a lot of the time when I push myself extremely, and now, and I've been walking all day. I'm in a lot of pain, but that's my reality. Pain is my reality, is the hard fact. But yeah, so that's something that I'm super passionate to share on, is, and they're going to be, multiple in-depth videos on each individual thing, but they actually all tie in together holistically, which is absolutely incredible. Main one coming down to diet. That's the incredible thing, is that that's a time-old saying, you are what you eat. But it's just most people have forgotten it, and forgotten it. And now they're probably vapes, meagering noodles, and V's, the energy drink. Now, that's what most people are. So they're not very healthy beings. A lot of people forget that you're meant to drink water, guys. Your body is a vehicle that fuels itself on water, but instead we're putting these acidic, like, sludges. So it's basically like putting it's like putting unprocessed oil in your, like, 98 octane performance vehicle tank. And that's basically what everyone's doing. And I've been there. I can't judge it. It's not coming from a place of judgment at all. It's just a straight up statement, is that, you know, you are what you eat, and most people are eating garbage because that's what the standard food system puts in people. And so much of getting all different ailments under control actually just comes down to eating the right food. And then that's really hard because it's super subjective and it's different to every single person. So much of it actually just comes down to trial and error with your own body. And most people can't ever be bothered. They're like, oh, I don't have the time for that. I don't have the money for that. I don't have the energy. And whatever, if you want to live that life, that's all good, man. That's on you. But if you got things in your life that are out of balance, you've got ailments going on, you've got straight up diseases, do something about it. Please do something about it. Just do some research. That's the main thing. When I started Googling and researching through a lot of the time Western medical journals and through mainstream science, you start finding out how easy it is actually to treat all these different things, and how you can actually do all kinds of different things to treat all kinds of different ailments. And you're like, wow, why am I not taught this? And it's confusing. Could get further into the philosophy of why we're not taught this. Mainly because the healthcare industry is the largest industry in the entire world, and that every patient cured is a customer lost is the unfortunate reality. So there's a massive worldwide agenda to keep pushing pharmaceuticals on people, because then it keeps people sick and coming back to the doctors, and people have surrendered their health down to the doctors. People don't want to take their health into their own hands anymore. They want to go to someone else to have them manage their health for them. That's just a brief summary of an opinion of mine, but a fairly frickin' well made up opinion from the observation of basically every single person I know, and just in general. You know, the pharmaceutical industry is a bit more controlled now in the sense that they can't publicly push it as much as they used to be able to, but they used to be a media company, basically. You could buy frickin', you know, celebrities and companies to push your pharmaceutical pills for you, and it still goes on totally in other countries, well, and here, but just not to the extent that it used to. Anyway, that's more of the philosophical side of things, and my opinion, which I just said I don't really want to be pushing on you as much, but I felt I had to share because it definitely goes hand in hand with my things on the healthcare system. Still incredible. Oh man, Western medicine's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, my surgeries, for one, I'm forever grateful that I had that at such a young age as well. And yeah, it's great in many ways, but also a massive failure in many ways. And it's mainly the pharmaceutical system that I don't particularly agree with, just throwing pills at everything. And it kept me sick for a long time. But yeah, so the next talk that I want to do are on health and health journeys. So yeah, that's me. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a great day. Nala is enjoying the sun. I'm enjoying the sun, but gosh, it's so harsh. New Zealand sun's so harsh, and I've still got my winter skin, my little white winter skin, so I've got to tan slowly. If I just get super sunburnt, it just peels and I go back to white as heck. So I got to like gradually tan. And now I have a hand tattoo to worry about, so I'm trying to limit the sun on that, which is pretty difficult with a hand. Anywho, now I'm just rambling. I hope you all have a great day. And I look forward to, sharing more about my health journey with you guys, as I think that this is actually something, probably the greatest thing that I can share with people, because it has allowed me to free myself from a lifetime of pain and hardship. And the reality is that lifetime is still a lifetime of pain and hardship. That's the material world, baby. But my life is certainly a lot easier now that I can breathe. Oh, what a treat that is. But if I slip up, even just last night, I was quite wheezy. I smoked a bit much herb yesterday, which makes me wheezy. Did I enjoy it? Yeah. Did I get wheezy as a backlash for dabbling too much? Yeah. that's life. I have to keep myself very unbalanced and in control, otherwise my ailments start flaring up, which is incredible. It's so cool. I think it's mind-bogglingly cool. Anywho, yeah. Peace and love, guys. Yeah, you'll hear from me sometime. Also, I'm hitchhiking up the entire North Island in a few days with my dog, with Nella. Anyone going from Wellington northwards? Pick me up. That would be sick. I'm going to ask around on the ferry if there's anyone. I'm pretty confident that I'll catch a ride straight from Wellington to Auckland. And I've got my massive hiking bag with my tent and like a week's worth of food, and Nala's loaded up with food as well, so it'll be all good. But yeah, anyone want to give me a ride? That'll be sick. If not, I'll find a ride. If not, I'll just walk 700 kilometers. It's fine. I'll get there somehow. I have complete faith. So that'll be fun. This is the first like large hitchhiking journey I've ever done, and then I have my dog with me, which is an even. It's another layer of difficulty added to it. Oh man, I'm still waking up. I'm gonna go do something. I've already done stuff. I watered the garden, let the animals out, and again, I'm rambling. I'm real bad for this. Yeah. Take care, guys.